Shortcuts app on Mac can be super powerful. Your Mac can do a bunch of things automatically and you don't have to touch a thing. That's the Shortcuts app and it gets real automations on a Mac. Let me show you the ones that I use every day. The difference between automation and shortcut is that automation is a one-time thing. You set something one time and it keeps happening at the same time every day, or at the same moment when you open an app or something that you set the trigger for. But shortcut is something that you create and then you have to tap on it to run the shortcut. For example, it's like if you have to check a 15% of your bill amount, just create a shortcut, tap on it, and then you feed the amount and it gives you the 15% of it. So that's the difference between automation and shortcut. So let's start with time of day focus. What this means is that a specific time of every day, your Mac sets itself up for work. So this is automation. You don't have to do anything. So in my case, at 10 a.m. on every weekday, it turns on the work focus on, silences notifications, and opens the app that I actually start my day in. By the time I sit down with my coffee, everything is already ready where it needs to be. So let me show you how to build it. Open the Shortcuts app. And over in the sidebar, you will see a tab that's called Automation. Click that, then hit the plus button up top to create a new one. Now it's going to ask you for a trigger. And there's a whole list here, but the ones that we want is time of day. So select that, set your time. I'll do 10 a.m. Then choose your days. I'll pick weekdays since I don't need my Mac going into work mode on Saturdays and Sundays. Then I'll select Run Immediately without confirmation and then notify when run. This step is very important because if not, it won't open unless you permit it. That actually defeats the purpose. So now we set what the trigger should be for this automation. Hit next, and now we build what actually happens if it is triggered. Now click the new shortcut. For the first action, let's search Set Focus. Now I'll set that to work turned on. Then to turn off the work focus, I'll set a time here, 5 p.m. Then I'll add an open app. And pick the apps that I want waiting for me, like Mail, Safari, Final Cut Pro. You can stack as many as you like here. So that's it. The work focus will turn on and the apps will open when it's time. Now close this, go to automations again, and here you can find the ones that you just created. Double tap to check what's the automation about, or edit it by adding new actions to it or deleting an action. This next one sets up your whole workspace from a single app. The idea is when I open mail to go through my inbox in the morning, I just don't want mail. I want to see what's on my calendar that day, and I want my notes app open so I can just jot down things as I reply. So instead of opening 3 apps one by one, I open one and the rest follows. Let's build that. Back to Automation tab, plus button, and then the trigger is app. Click that. Choose Mail. And set it to is opened. Turn on Run Immediately and notify when run, and then hit next. And now into the shortcut. Now add an open app action and I will pick calendar. Then another open app action for notes. Stack as many as you like, whatever you always reach for at the same time. Now watch. When I open my mail app, the calendar and notes app also open right behind it. So I can just open one app and my whole morning setup is ready. Okay, this one is a shortcut. Before any meeting or a call, I want my Mac set up the same way every time. All the notifications turned off, my notes app open, and my calendar is up so I can see what's next. Rather than doing all this by myself, I made a single shortcut that does it in one click. So this time, instead of the Automation tab, go to the All Shortcuts tab and then hit the plus icon to create a new shortcut. So the first action should be Set Focus. and then I'll set it to do not disturb on. So nothing pops up mid-call. Then open app action to open notes. So I've got somewhere to take notes. And another one, open app for calendar, so I can just glance at what's coming up. You could even add an open URL and drop in your Zoom or Google Meet links so the meeting opens too. Now we'll go to gallery and just right click on the shortcut that you have just created and select add to dock. Now when it's time, you just run straight from the dock. It's so easy. Before my next shortcut, I want to give a big shout out to NuPhy. NuPhy sent this keyboard over for me to check it out, and I've been using it for many weeks now. And honestly, I'm super happy with it. This is a true low-profile mechanical wireless keyboard that works with Mac and Windows, and right away, it feels really premium. The build quality is excellent, the keycaps feels great, and it has that satisfying mechanical feel that makes typing way more enjoyable. It's low profile, but it also gives you that nice tactile experience without feeling bulky. I also really like the swappable knobs. That extra bit of customization is genuinely useful. The keys are hot swappable, and the web-based NuPhy IO app makes it super easy to customize the layout, remap keys, and set it up exactly how you want. And the RGB backlights and the rhythm light bar are so well implemented and feels very polished and premium. It works great on both Mac and Windows, which is a huge plus, and the different colorways are really clean too. It just looks good on the desk. Battery life has also been solid. I've been using it for weeks and barely even think about charging it. And with the Air V3 summer sale that's going on, the price makes it even more tempting. For a premium mechanical keyboard with this much flexibility, it's a really strong value. Honestly, after using it for this long, I can say I really cannot go back. It just fits my workflow so well, and I'm genuinely very happy with it. I'll provide all the links in the description if you want to check it out. Now, let's get back to the video. The next one is for getting actual work done, like a time block for writing a doc or for coding or for editing. It's my version of a Pomodoro timer. If you haven't heard of it, the idea is you work in a focused block, usually 25 minutes, then take a short break and then repeat. The problem is starting one always involves a few steps: set a timer, silence notifications, close distractions. So I turned all of that into one single click. Let's build this. This one is again a shortcut, not an automation. So go onto the sidebar and hit plus for a new shortcut. First action should be set focus and then do not disturb on, so nothing interrupts for the next 25 minutes. Then add a start timer and set it to 25 minutes. That's your work sprint. You can stack more if you like. I'll add an open app for the thing that I'm working on. I usually use this when I'm scripting, so I'll open the Notion web clipper or docs. And you could even start a focus playlist with a play action. I'll skip that. Then add it to the doc, so it's always one click away. So now when I'm ready to draft a script, I can just tap on this shortcut and I just work until it rings. Then I take a 5 and then go again. Word or character counter shortcut is something that I use constantly to keep a check on my script. I just select the text, run this, and it tells me the word count. Now let's build that. This is also again a shortcut. So now go to all shortcuts tab and hit plus icon for the new shortcut. Now before adding any action, open the details panel on the right. That's the little eye icon on top. Turn on use as quick action and check service menu. This is what lets you run it on any text that you have selected. You will see a receive block at the top of your shortcut. Click it. Clear what's there and set it to receive text. This is the part that actually grabs your highlighted words. Set, if there is no input, to continue. Now let's get into the action. Add count and then set it to words, counting the shortcut input. Then add show content so the number actually pops up. And that's it. Go to notes, select a text, right click, go down to services, and now run this shortcut. And there's your count. This next one is again a shortcut. Say you've got a photo or a screenshot that's way too big to email, or it's in the wrong format and some site won't accept it. Normally, you would open some editor or hunt for a converter online. But with this, you just right-click the image in Finder and it's resized and converted in one go. Now let's build this. New shortcut from All Shortcuts tab. First, open the Details panel, the eye icon, turn it on, use as quick action, and this time check Finder, since we want this to work on files that is sitting in your folders. Then set the receive block at the top to receive images. Now for the actions, add resize image, and set your width, say 1280 pixels, and leave the height on auto so it keeps the proportions. Then add convert image and pick the format that you want, JPEG, PNG, PDF, or whatever you need. And finally, add save files so it actually saves the result. Set it to ask where you want to save. So it asks you each time before saving. That's it. Now head to Finder, right-click any image, go down to quick actions and run it. And the nice part is you can select a whole batch of images and it'll do them all at once. And that's it, a handful of shortcuts that will save time every day. If you build one that you love that I didn't cover today, drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for new ones. I'll catch you in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye-bye.